This is the stepping razor, the art of war. We're there with you on next Thursday. You know, there's a brother who had to scamming, and him want, well, him like him want to hide the money. So him give some of him family members, make them open a bank account and put some money in there. When I'm bridging them, him give him nearly $1 million for putting in a bank account. Well, apparently the brother now, I look for the money and see say the brother come feed him, decide say him a go borrow a couple 100,000 out tight. And him borrow 100,000 out tight. Little after that the brother come feed money. And him a try give the brother some argument, say, well, I break you, I never know you come for the money, I know, you know, and you want to see something come up, you know, I mean, if you spend a little 100,000, and the brother say, watch you know, boy. Me want me money. And them say, just give me a little time. Say, give which time? Look how long you have my money at the whole time. You know, a little more. That brother, they dead. Him dead. The problem with it is that the brother don't get back his money because it in the bank account not in a film name. The bank account and the brother will kill name. And him not get back the money. So him a head for the family. Boy, the crowd here, they rough, you know, Rasta. May I tell you? Half a tree, downtown, Santa Cruz. Them places are not place today right now at all, but some people got to do what they got to do. Because this time of the year is the time when you spend everything where you have and hope say you will get it back the next month that you can't send the people them go to school. Why you part of the thief them out there, you know? Yes, all the thief them out there. Everybody are watching, you know. Don't feel they're not watching, you know. We are watching, you know. A whole heap of people believe, say, everybody else can't get to it, but him alone will get to it. We have a new message for going on this day, you know. See a message we're going on the day before, see a message we're going to today. You see, all the gunman them, on the year we are going, have 15 years. 15 years for a gun. I mean, I talk about $15, you know, I say 15 years for a gun. If them catch you with it, you know. And we are say, believe you me, you know, wicked, when you see a woman who had a little domestic work, have a little $10,000, $20,000 in her purse, and you just grab it and gone. Where the people they must do, we don't know. That me I ask again and again. If you don't get caught, what should the people do with Uno? All the little 16, 17, 18, 19, 20-year-old with them on the plaza, them now look for grab people, purse and all them something there. It's a terrible thing. And you will say again now, I'm now talking about my friend. My friend going to a store and come out back and I car punch her. And when she took out the things them for the car, for jack up the car, somebody drive up beside her and say them will help her. And you see the help she get, she lose everything with her on the back seat of the car. All her foreign papers, them and her credit card, them and all them something, they're gone. Now if a man catch you know, where them for do we don't know. What should they do with Uno? When people have to work so hard and Uno come and work with just a gun. And somehow, you know, before they rob the people, them and go on, Uno shoot and kill people. They suppose you run, go down the road and somebody hold on for you. What should they do to you? 16, 17, 18, 19, 20-year-old up on the road. At 15-year-old you have a gun. And at 15 you will get in a jail if them catch you with it. That means you're going to get 15 years of your life where you don't start live yet. Just make an effort to reach out to the youth them who don't understand that them life is at serious risk and you're putting other people's life at risk too. Especially in at this time of the year, yeah. The police them get orders to shoot you, to kill you, from the top guy. Them not going to save on your life, go in a prison. And those who is fortunate enough for them life saved for going to prison, if them find you with a gun, you're going to get 15 years. Think about it. That is 20 now and you now come out of prison again until you're 45. Not to mention that if you shoot after a man, if them find you with a gun and you try to rob them, a 3 charge that. Shooting with intent, having a gun by your possession, is 3 charge. And the problem with it is that them know if you better look if you get it, what them call it, concurrently or not consecutively. You know what that means? It means if you get it consecutively, if you get 10 years to one and 10 years to the other, you have to go work with 10 years first and then work the other 10 years after that 10 years are done. If you get it concurrently, it means you get 10 years with the 2 of them one time. But right now, me I tell you, allow the people them brethren, allow the people them rasta. You can't take up gun now if you go out to go shop. And other people things you shop for. You know, you see, it hurt me. It hurt me because I say people are ball. People are ball because the things them where them work so hard for come to naught because of one little incident where a guy just come with a gun and just a man will watch you when you're going to Western Union. He might watch you when you're going to Western Union. As a matter of fact, he might have him friend in there talk one like so them go with in a line. And I look how much money. I see if I them see I count the money too long, them know say enough money that. And see by the time you come out there, them just set up them friend and tell them friends that you see that girl there, just follow her. And right away, I rob them, I try to rob you. No, if a policeman buck no, I do that on the spot. What him supposed to do? What him supposed to do? If a man who have a licensed firearm buck no, I do that. What him supposed to do? You can't go on so rasta. The thing get away. The thing get away. And me personally, I'm sorry for a man, you know. I say, boy, look, like when I see the policeman, see the policewoman, not policeman. See the policewoman have her foot in the boy's neck and her gun point to him head, you know. I mean, she could always have her foot in him head and then have her gun outside, you know, but she have her gun in her hand and point to him head. That means that if me ever go on like him want to move, you know, I dead him dead. I desolate they know. I desolate they know. This is a holiday, man. Well, everybody want to have a wonderful holiday. Everybody want to have something, you know, present and gift and all themselves. They're going to meet them family. No one wants to hear that a family member of them die because of a little mad idiot guy. Because when you kill a man and the man knows how you do it, he's going to come for you or come for your family. And the killing spree go on and on and on and on, never to end. 360 degrees round and round, no end, no beginning. And imagine, say, you are just 15, 16, 17, and you will spend 15 years in a jail. Because you go borrow a gun, a guy go give a gun and say, go and go eat a food. Because that is where I go on to. Who can rent it, get it for go eat a food. So a guy have a couple dozen guns and say, watch your youth. I don't have money for you, but you hold on for a gun here and go eat a food and make sure you bring back my gun. So woe to you if you get caught and run left the man gun and police have the gun and you go back to the man and say, boy, you want the police to run me down and your gun missing. You know say dead, you dead. So if the policeman not kill you, the same man who give the gun going to kill you. This is the stepping razor, the art of war. You know, there's a brother who had to scamming and him want him want hide the money. So him give some of him family members make them open a bank account and put some money in there. When I'm bridging them, him give him nearly $1 million for putting in a bank account. Well, apparently the brother now, I look upon the money and I see the brother come feet him decide say him a go borrow a couple 100,000 out tight. And him borrow 100,000 out tight. Little after that the brother come for him money. And him a try give the brother some argument say, well, I break you, I never know you come for the money, I know, you know, and you want to see something come up, you know, I mean, if you spend a little 100,000 and the brother say, watch you know, boy. Me want me money. And them say, just give me a little time. Say, give you which time? Look how long you have my money at the whole time. You know, a little more. That brother, they dead. Him dead. The problem with it is that the brother don't get back his money because the bank account not in a film name. The bank account and the brother will kill name. And him not get back the money. So him a head for the family. Let me see if I can remember the story. Yeah, so the man killed the brother who have him got the money in the bank, where him took out some of the man money. The problem with it is that him couldn't draw out the money because of the man name in the bank, in the bank account. So him go to the family. And I show the family, say, well, you want to say, my money really, you know. The family said, them don't know nothing about that. They don't know nothing about that. And them son money, it's in a film, the son account. Well, the father dead. The father dead. And the mother and the other people, them are run up and down all over the place, free. Don't know what to do. Up to now, the brother still not get back his money. And 2 people dead for that money there. So, I just tell that story, they say, it's terrible out there. It's terrible out there. Things is not always how it look and appear to be. So when you hear somebody dead, it's a connection. One of them is connection. And we want to inform upon a man named Mr. Harris Chung. Yes, Mr. Harris Chung claimed that there is 300 crime producers, a new name now, like what them have social media influencers. Them have 300 crime producers and them bring in 200 guns in the country every month. The man who represent the police force, Mr. Anderson, should arrest him. Them should arrest the man named Harris Chung. Or better yet, the Minister of National Security should arrest Harris Chung. Them should have come together. The Minister of National Security should have come together with Mr. Anderson and arrest Harris Chung. Because him tell the public those 2 things, 300 crime influencers, how them know? How them know say 300? How them know say not 280? How them know say not 280 because them have information that them have. Just like how them know say 200 guns in the country. Them have information, yet still them can't do nothing about where I go on. That is the problem. Them have so much information according to them. And when you look, the thing I get worse. As with somebody that say, Wosara. It I get Wosara. So I don't know. The police must do them job. Arrest the vice president, prime minister, the deputy prime minister of Jamaica. Because I'm giving information. And make him prove it in a court. Let him know where I say. And if him don't know where I say, we must charge him for public mischief. I talk about Harris Chung. They must charge him for public mischief. Because that terrible thing I tell the people, them say, 300 people, 300 crime producers, and you can't arrest even 2 of them people there. Or you know say 300 people. Or you know that. Because you have informers. And if you have informers, you're supposed to jump on the information that you have. It's a weird thing when you live in a country where the ministers and the politicians, them know where going and can't do nothing to stop where going. And the people, them living in fear. Fear of some little youth. Some little youth who run up and down with some big gun, bigger than the police them gun. You see them bring in some bike. You see them look on some bike where them bring in for the police them. Some big bike like where the youth them have on the road you know. Because them ready now for fire. After the bike man them know, you can see bike chase are going up on the highway. Police have chase. Man, I mean, so them can't ride like them youth there. I tell you, them can't ride like the youth them because them just a come. But them have a whole heap of bike. I saw them. You think I never see them? I see them. After even I wonder who for bike them and a man say, no man, you say, the police force bring in the bike them, you know. Say, what happened to the whole heap of car? We were supposed to come and them still not get up. Here we are, say, no. We're supposed to connect with Verena Shepherd. Little more, if you don't know by now, the Netherlands, the same Holland, Dutch colony, Dutch place, them have the most colonies. Yes, out of all of the Europe, I think them have the most colonies, you know. I'm going to ask Verena that low, but them have a whole heap of the colonies. Well, the president or prime minister has apologized for slavery. Him apologized for slavery. And after that now, them have to go talk about now reparation. Now you have some people out there where when them hear we are talking about reparation, they might say, oh, think white people are not going on no reparation. We think white people are going to apologize. You know? Well, here's a country come up. I don't know if it's the first one or the second one or what. But here's a country, big colonial country, where it's apologizing for slavery and what they did in slavery. Not no, why you want to say it was a terrible thing and it was a terrible thing. Yeah, we know it was a terrible thing, but the apology is very important to the outcome of what is next. The apology is always acceptable and must be represented and followed by what is going to come next. I want to tell all the ladies them in the garrison them who are bleach, say, you can't stop bleach now, you know, because bad man who have money in the garrison, no want no bleachers. They might go for your uptown girl them, we match them car. Because now a whole heap of them can afford to buy iron car. Them don't want no bleach out girl in them car. Them want uptown girl now. So you can't forget about the bleaching now. That now carry no swing again to them. You know, see, them want a girl that when them open the top of them car, her ear cannot blow in the wind. And she just have certain look. It's a look them I look for. You understand? And that me I tell you now. That me I tell you now. Okay, here we go. Here we go. This Netherlands apology that reverberate all over the place here that a country, that colonial country, that country that has colonized and enslaved so much Africans, you know, coming to them senses. And then we ask the question, after the apology, what is next? Yes, so, I'm a favorite professor upon the line, you know. Good afternoon.
Hi,
Dr. Berlin Shepherd. I am quite okay now that I hear you. Believe you me, I hear you now. Quite okay.
Thanks for having me.
Of course. All right, you know exactly what we're going to talk about because I know you must have done 1,000,001 interview since that statement come out. Yeah. All right. So the Netherlands say them apologize. Mm-hmm. And we want to find out from you as a one who is part of that struggle.
Mm-hmm.
What is it that's supposed to happen now that them apologize?
Well, let me just remind your listeners that an apology has three elements. If it is to really be an effective apology, you take responsibility for the harm that you cause somebody or a people. In this case, the Dutch are apologizing for their role in chattel enslavement in the colonies in Suriname and the colonies, the Dutch colonies in the Caribbean. But you can't only just take responsibility, you have to commit to non-repetition. So let's say that perhaps is not so relevant now because nobody would dare start chattel slavery again. Though there are other kinds of slavery and modern-day slavery. That's the second element that they would need to have gone into. But the third element is repair. You can't just say, I'm sorry, I apologize for what my country did to you and stop it there. So the expectation is that going forward, they will commit to reparation. So that's what we're pressing, that this circle is not complete without that.
So how you go on, when you say pressing now, what is it what actions is pressing? What is the action?
Okay. Well, the first action that was taken was that yesterday the CARICOM Reparation Commission and the Center for Reparation Research at UWI held a press conference in which we explained what we would expect as the way forward. So the first thing is that we're calling on them to commit to reparation, to say, now that you have apologized, what are the reparatory justice elements? So we're going to write to them, and we're going to request a meeting. So those are the two action points that came out of yesterday, because the press conference was called from apology to action. We're going to also remind the Dutch that we did write to them in 2016, and the same Prime Minister wrote back to us to tell us all of the things that they are doing for the Dutch Caribbean and blah, blah, but there was nothing in there answering or demand for reparatory justice. So we will remind him, and we will send another letter, remind him of what he said, and again saying to him, let us work with you, because in this statement the Prime Minister made, he said, this is a comma, not a full stop. So we're saying, all right, it's a comma. So before you put the full stop, let us talk. And here are the things that we are saying you must do. So and activists around the world, activists in the Netherlands, in Suriname, in St. Eustatius, St. Martin, they are also pressing, because the closest they have come to reparation is to vote about almost 200,000 and then another 27. But the actions that they're going to use the money for are all in the Netherlands, and for what they call public education and sensitization about the past. Now, Musa, you think we need any more sensitization about the past?
No, but look here now. The Netherlands have some Dutch colonies, but them influence spread into other colonies that even the British did have. You can tell us some of them countries where them wings spread. Which part of them wings spread in the other countries?
Exactly. And in fact, it's a good point, Musa, because in my presentation yesterday, I used a PowerPoint to show them their responsibility. I showed them that they traffic people to Jamaica, Barbados, St. Kitts, Grenada, Guyana, right? Guyana was very much a part of what they did. They trafficked to Cuba, Trinidad and Tobago, and other British colonized Caribbean, what used to be British colonized Caribbean. They even took people to Europe, right? They took 200 in the time of the trafficking. They took 2,004 enslaved Africans to Europe.
Like
they
Portuguese.
took Africans to northern USA and the Chesapeake. They took to Cuba, Puerto Rico, and other parts of the Spanish colonized Caribbean. They went to Martinique, Guadeloupe, and the Danish Caribbean to Brazil. They took 27,702 to Brazil. So you are right. And we wanted to show them the evidence to say if the apology isn't finished because you've only apologized to the Dutch Caribbean.
The present Dutch Caribbean. All right. So I can ask you see, we know of the Netherlands, we know of Britain, and we know of the Portuguese and the Spaniards.
Yes.
The transatlantic slavery is movement is one, but there was a trick with Africans not coming to this part of the world, but going through North Africa into places like Spain, into places like Portugal and in places. We work that out in relationship to these, for instance, in Netherlands, because we know it's not all of the Africans them did come in at the West here. Some of the Africans them did cross the Sahara into France and in places. We work that out.
Especially women in the trans-Sahara trafficking. Because they wanted women for the harems, in North Africa. So but other people are working on that, Muta, because we can only, our mandate in the CARICOM Reparation Commission is to fight for reparation for the people in our region, even though we are supported. And we give talks or we attend their conferences for those who are fighting for that, including people within the continent of Africa. But really, we can't take on all the dimensions, to be honest with you. We have to focus on our region while we also are supportive, because we send data when we find data on other parts apart from the Caribbean, we send to them so they can use it in their activism.
All right, look here. You know that a whole heap of people, when they hear about reparation, them are things when me I get my money, a whole heap of people I think that the individuals getting money is not something that they work with, because black people have a way them get money, them spend it off, and that is in it and ask where the other part right there. The reparation group or body work out, how is it going to be spread, this reparation? What it's going to take? What is it in the farm?
It's a good question, Muta, and I don't even think we finished work it out. But let me say this. If it was a financial skill, and you calculate all the people of African descent and African people right across the Caribbean, and you say each of them must get X. And if each of them get X, me not business with them want to do the money, because when you go court and sue people and them give you a settlement, they don't tell you what to do with it, right? It's up to you to do what you want to do with the money. So I don't have any problem if that is what people think. But in terms of the CARICOM Reparation Commission and the mandate from the government of the region is that the better thing to do is to demand a development package. In other words, we are saying at the time of emancipation, we got nothing. The enslavers got. Now, we are saying there's some part of a financial compensation which is demanded, because we are saying we want back that money in today's value. So that's one part of what we're saying. But that will go into a development fund to build schools, hospitals, and so on. The second part of the demand is that we're sticking with the development agenda. We are saying we need the apology first, all the dimensions. Secondly, we are saying we need repatriation for those who desire it to be funded and settled within Africa in collaboration with African states. Right. Then we're demanding a package for indigenous people, because they bore the first run. The indigenous African people and the indigenous Taino and Kalinago and people like those, they bore the first hit by colonization. Then we're talking about doing an inventory of what it would need, what it would require for the Caribbean to develop faster and to actually even be regarded as a global partner. We have uneducated people. We have the literacy rate is not where it should be. Yeah. We don't have enough hospitals and all these kinds of things. So we're saying a development package is necessary once we do an inventory of the need. So that is how we are thinking. But you saw that in California, it's a financial payout. But that's not by the federal government. The federal government is not talking.
By the governor. By the specific state. It was by the specific state, yeah.
Yes, exactly. Right. And the person, the councilwoman who was behind that for California, she wants to come to Jamaica to just meet with reparation activists. So
okay,
we will accommodate her, you know.
Yeah. All right. Jamaica, Britain, Netherlands. We see the Netherlands now come out and say what them saying. Britain has still yet not done anything, say anything. No. We see there's a king there now where I don't know, but people are saying more receptive to certain things. I don't know how true that is. But since he become king, was there any move to really go to him, write him, say something to him by the committee? That is going to happen because Honorable Mayor Motley, who is the Prime Minister of the Republic of Barbados, is also the chair of a Prime Ministerial Subcommittee on Reparation. And she, right now on her desk, there are some, she might have to edit them now that based on what the Dutch has done. But a second round of letters will be going out, including to the Prime Minister. So it's the Prime Minister of Britain that we'll write to first, okay? Because even the case of the Netherlands, it's not the king who came out and said something. It's the Prime Minister. No, the Prime Minister.
King is like a figurehead, you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But in the case of Britain, though, we don't accept that there should not be a direct demand on the king.
Yeah, but is that family that do the problem? It was the problem.
The family, but even going back to Charles I and Charles II.
Yes, and Queen Elizabeth II, the first. Yes.
In the companies that traded people from Africa.
Of course, yes, not the Prime Minister.
So,
yes.
Yes, so I believe that while the state was run by Parliament and so on, and that we have to send a letter to the Prime Minister, because the first letter went to the former Prime Minister Cameron, right?
Yes.
Who wrote back to say them no business, more or less. But in the case of the British colonized Caribbean, and the Dutch colonized, I believe a letter should go to the king, because all those palaces and so on, and that they live in now and so on, whose money built them?
Yes.
Whose money created, you know? So, and a third, well, Jamaica is working, the National Council on Reparation, the chair can talk more about that. I don't want to really go into that, but the Jamaica from Mike Henry, right? Mm-hmm. He has been talking about for a long time a petition to the King's Privy Council.
Yes,
so we'll
I remember
how that goes. But the point is, Muta, that there are several points along the way and several culprits, right, that should be approached. So the state, the king, the royal family, because of their direct benefiting from it, and then individuals. Any individual family, like the Draxes, still benefiting from the proceeds of slavery, must be called into account.
Yeah. I can ask a question. I don't know if that's a strange question, this, right? We're talking to Professor Vern Shepherd about this latest development with the Netherlands, the Prime Minister apologizing for the part in slavery. All right, now, what would happen if the people of England decide that they would do away with the monarchy in England,
well, I mean,
what would happen? Who would we
that's
go
their
to?
choice.
No, who
But
would
it's
we go
not
to?
the reparation movement.
Why not? Because tell me, explain to me.
Because it's not as if them going kill him or anything like that.
No, they won't get you that. They won't get you that the monarchy. Me
I
say no more
understand
monarchy.
that. But the people, the members of it, they would still, those people would still be around. And therefore, individual claims would then have to be made on them. Because they would still have wealth, you know, even if they get rid of the monarchy. If Jamaica also becomes a republic, just the evidence is still there of their participation. So the same way people are going after Richard Drax right now, because of his inheritance on the 617-acre property in Barbados. The same way Dennis O'Brien is, as an individual who has conscience, is rolling out and consulting about a reparation package for the Caribbean. It's the same way that, I mean, we have been trying to get the people who benefited, who were in the Royal African Company as shareholders and directors, who named Dick, and who left the Dick Trust in Scotland, that is given out every year to education institutions. We are saying we want that money because they made the money from Jamaica.
Yes.
So if you think about the reparation movement, it's not one directional.
Yes.
Right? And Drax benefited from Jamaica too. The property in Jamaica was much larger than the property in Barbados.
You mean Draxal, the Draxal property?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's only that they sold it in 1722 to the Bedford family.
I don't know, you know, one mentioned...
They made money up to that time, and that's how that went into the pot of riches.
I don't, you know, one mentioned about the Bedford, one of the richest plantation.
Bedford has been targeted for a long time because you have a guy in Birmingham called Richard Bedford.
Yes.
Who came to Jamaica to track down the plantation and even people related to the Bedford family, and he has been in the vanguard of that because he's descended from that line of the family too. He actually made a documentary called "The Empire Pays Back," where he tried to calculate the damage, you know, and the debt that's owed to us.
Okay, I remember when we used to go Kingston Technical, Marcus Garvey Jr. multiplied the board and showed how much them owe. Using the 20 pound, the 20 million argument that was given to the plantation owners. He calculated in at the time when we were going to school how much money it would be owed. Wow. Yeah, that's a serious thing. Well,
but I want to clarify that the 20 million was not paid to Jamaica alone. It was for the entire
Caribbean. Yeah.
But I think we got the most of it though because of the number of enslaved Africans that would have been alive at that time in Jamaica.
Yeah, well, it wasn't just doing it for Jamaica, you know. It was saying it's 20 million pounds them get.
For the entire Caribbean.
Yeah, it wasn't doing it just for Jamaica. I mean, I was calculating it just for Jamaica.
Yes, but there are people, I've heard even people who should know better if they do their research, talking about Jamaica wants about the 20 million. And I've been trying to tell them then what would you say to Antigua, Barbuda, you know, as I say, it's Jamaica got the most, but you can't ignore the fact that other people argue, you know, their money. So but we're still saying, you know, Muta, that other people, we wrote to so many countries and so many of them are in this business. But really, this is the first country, former colonial power, that still is living with the legacies that came out and used the word apology. I know that France did something in 2004. We know what happened to Aristide after that. And Germany has apologized to the Nama and Herero people of Namibia. Though they never give them the reparation, they give it to the state. But in terms of the apology here, it's significant.
Of course.
The people, of course, the NGOs and civil society groups and so on are complaining that they were not consulted. So there was no consultation with the people in putting this apology, this statement together. Yeah. What the Prime Minister did was to rely on a report that was done in 2021, I think. In the aftermath of the murder of George Floyd, a lot of committees were put together to provide reports and to look at racism in their own country and see what they could do. So this is coming out of that study. But if they had consulted the reparation activists and so on, they may have come out with a different, may or may not have come out with a different apology, because these countries are well aware of what an apology implies. Yes. So this is, I don't know if the Prime Minister knows what he has started, because litigation can actually follow. If you suspect that your country was involved in a crime against humanity, and he used that word, those words, he said, what happened was a crime against humanity, and they're apologizing for it. But they are not having a reparation package as such. They are voting for money, but it's not to address the crime against humanity. They are, as I said, building museum and doing educational programs. Those are fine, because that's part of the CARICOM 10-point plan as well. Yeah. But the essential things that are in the 10-point plan and in the language of other reparation movements, they're not addressing that. So we will be following up on him to say, thank you for the apology. No, let's talk reparation. Yes. Because you're committing to it whether you know it or not.
Of course. I think him know it. I think him know it still. I think him know it. Anyway, we're going to keep...
This is my money to follow up with it, because you see Cameron and everybody else, they slide around it. They say, even the royal family that came recently, right, to Jamaica and other parts, they say, what did he say? They express deep sorrow?
Yes, sorrow, yes.
And what happened?
Yes.
That's not apology.
That's not apology, no. You have to use the word.
If you're so sorrowful about it, then cough up the money then.
You have to use the word apology in your statement.
That's right. That's right. Yeah. And then they say regret. They say they express remorse. It should never have happened, and what happened was so terrible. But who did it? They're not taking responsibility. You're telling us that something we know already. We know it was terrible. We know it shouldn't have happened. But we know who did it.
Of course.
So stop telling us what we know and live up to your responsibility. Right?
All right, we have to go now. We have to go. Give thanks.
Man. But thank you for having me.
Yeah, man. And we're going to follow it up and prepare yourself to have some long interviews for all of the radio station them.
Yes,
because
man.
This is what...
we need to know that. We need to know the reparation movement working, Muta, and all of us who are in it, that it's not falling on deaf ears. Yes. It might take long, but it's happening.
It's a grind slow, but it's a grind still.
Exactly.
All right, Mama. Give thanks.
Yeah, man. All right, then. Good.
Yeah, that is Professor Vernon Shepherd. You know, she's very upfront in the reparation movement. Plus, and as we say, maybe a lot of you the first to hear this, that the Netherlands, the Prime Minister has apologized for the part the Netherlands played in the slave trade. You understand? So we are discussing now, so what happened to the reparation part, right? You understand? And reparation also include repatriation, because that is where a whole heap of rats there have been clamoring for years, especially the Bubble House. Prince Emmanuel declared that. So we're going to continue. And we'll say, sometimes we feel that things look far, you know, but it's really near. Yes. So here we go. I will give them name already. But somebody asked me for a name on this paper, and I don't remember which name, so I'm going to keep and hope to them and listen and can remember it for themselves. Here we go. Male name, Simba. Simba, S-I-M-B-A, Simba means power of God. Mwenye, M-W-E-N-Y-E, Mwenye means owner or boss. Rufaro, R-U-F-A-R-O, Rufaro means God has answered my prayer. And Bako, B-A-A-K-O, Bako, means for the firstborn child. For the firstborn child. That's Simba, S-I-M-B-A, means power of God. Mwenye, M-W-E-N-Y-E, Mwenye means owner or boss. Rufaro, R-U-F-A-R-O, Rufaro means God has answered my prayer. And Bako, B-A-A-K-O, means for the firstborn child. Girl's name, Sade, S-A-D-E. Sade means honor earns a crown. Honor earns a crown. Nia, N-I-A, Nia, born with purpose. Ramla, R-A-M-L-A, Ramla, who will predict the future. And Zahara, Z-A-H-A-R-A, Zahara means a flower. So that's Sade, S-A-D-E, means honor earns a crown. Nia, N-I-A, born with purpose. Ramla, R-A-M-L-A, Ramla, who will predict the future. And Zahara, Z-A-H-A-R-A, Zahara means a flower. Definitely since no come from Africa, we want to remind the people that you have some people on the road. Most of them driving a white car, and most of them have on red plate, but not necessarily have on the red plate. But you can tell them by the red car, and you can tell them by them going over the other side of the road, go drive. Meaning say, them a drive on the right side, while on the left side, them should have drive part. We want to, you look out for them. Because sometimes them not go crash, but they will make you crash. Yeah, they will make you crash. Because these people don't know what it is to drive properly and respectfully on the road. Because them feel say them have to go get some money for go get the person who own the car quick, with no idea that them is causing some craziness and block up. Sometimes them go down at the back, them come out of the line and drive on the wrong side of the road and end up a block up some other traffic and make traffic jam up on the road. I don't know how them so lucky that them all is a driving a policeman over there. And I expect policeman to see them. As a matter of fact, sometimes I am a car and I hope say a policeman find see them and do it. I don't know what's wrong with these people. Don't know what's wrong with them at all. So be careful of those people. Them in a white car, mostly, and them have on a red plate. Especially white car, not necessarily a red plate. Because only part of them don't have no license, PPV license. Them just drive accordingly. It's a terrible thing, you know, that man up on the road and him not figure out nothing. We want to yell up my brethren, them who there. We want to yell up Abba Zero. And we want to yell up my brethren from South Africa named David. Him there. And we know, so we want to yell up Abba Yuda. Because now is the time when them come. We want to yell them up a long time, you know, soon. Well, I say David the other day when I'm in England still, but yeah, him there with me. We want to heal him up and we want to play this tune for them. Believe you me. And all the other people them who come down for meet them family and friends and who knows them bring some suitcase where them have to go pay a fee because it overload. out of the airport. And just WhatsApp me and say, Mota, most of them man there, car, a policeman own them. Can you imagine a policeman own one taxi and the taxi the brother where I drive him taxi make a wrong move and him down the road and stop car. And when him draw down on the taxi man, him realize, say, I'm driver, drive him own taxi. I wonder what him doing in that situation there. That would have been really funny. And I like, see it happen, I swear I got happen. A man just draw down. And when him look him say, but wait, I might taxi the boy angle, so. Maybe when I still give him a ticket, I tell him to pay it, I draw it out time pay. Because I say, the boy I drive my car at daytime. Yeah, well, that's a terrible thing. Jamaica is not a real place. Welcome to Jamrock. You are now entering the twilight zone. Yes, you are now entering the twilight zone. Be cautious, because things are not what it really seems to be. What you see is not necessarily what is real. Because there's a lot of illusion and delusion taking place. Make the people them feel good. For instance, them are trying to make you feel, say, everything all right with the economy from a big levels. Yet still, them gone to the World Bank again. I don't know what's wrong with these people. Maybe I don't understand something, but why would you want to go to the World Bank again? You understand? After you done tell we say, things gone back pre-COVID and everything is bouncing and everybody will make profit except the command down the road. Everybody will make profits. This is it. This is the time when we tell you, so we're going to go see you. Well, all over the place we're going to see you. And why, you know, say, it's not a easy 4 days I come up, 5 days I come up. Some serious things is going to happen, good and bad. So I don't want to get involved with the bad. Especially the youth that I talk to, these little teenager youth where it's madness.